How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the show. Smudge session for Marlena. I hope she can show up. She commented she was so mad she missed. Hey, Grande. I'm so down for a smudge session. Awesome. That's the plan. Hey, Chloe. Hey, B. How you doing? If anyone wants to come up and just yak, there's a link. If I take a while to get to you, I apologize. That's just the way it goes. All right. So, what's everybody got? I got some, I think it's Bubba OG. GG, nice. What do we got here? Got a bunch of tabs open I like to check. So we got Ricky. Oh, okay. We have Saturday Night Live Smoke Sesh with I Love Weed. That's cool. Hey, Rod Dog, how you doing? Again, there's a link up there for anybody who wants to pop up. Wouldn't mind the company. I don't have anything to talk about right now. I just left it completely as nothing. So that was going to be fun. Don't want to get into anything too serious at the moment. You children, you monsters, you children of the dragon, you little gods. I hope some of you, I know Chloe Watt and James saw the show earlier. I haven't seen you for a while, Raw Dog. I've been thinking about you. Looking at that mud fossil heart of mine, wondering if I should cut it open. I kind of want to, you know. It's one of those things, like I said last time, I want to, but I don't. And it's, but it is a stone. It's, I don't know. Let me grab it there. It's just over here. It's always within arm's reach, it seems. I love this one. Smudge session. That's right, Paul. I do love this one. It's beautiful. You can even see the black inclusions on top where the blood is. I'd love to drill that for blood first. Pointing out the obvious these days somehow seems to be becoming less and less effective. Well, yeah, I don't know if that was ever really effective. I don't know. It's hard to say. Depends on who you're dealing with, I guess. You know? Been cutting rocks and getting ready for the gem show in Helena in April. I was elected to be the president of the Helena Mineral System. Wow. Awesome. Congratulations. I don't know if that just comes with extra work or if it's a bonus. But I am thinking about maybe asking if you might cut this one in half. I don't know what to do with it. Where'd it go? Yeah. Just dropping rocks everywhere. But I think it'd be cool, cut right, you know, like down the middle. And I could make it into a pendant. Have a heart pendant over my heart. That'd be really cool. You never got your nap. But that one's really cool, I think. My wife found this one. It's really awesome. Look at the blood in there. I'd love to get a sample tested of that. Fulcrum is Paula, eh? Yeah. That's true. That'll mean extra interesting stuff. It only pays off if there's extra smudges involved. All right, let's get the Let's do the heavy duty smudge. We got in here we have some kife and some honey oil. So let's hit it. Oh, we got 3 minutes till 20 after. We'll give it a minute. Draw around it, then you cut what you wanted. I'll cut it. Well, that'd be awesome, raw dog. I like this one too. This is really impressive. I was walking in a riverbed with my wife, and we were looking for mud fossils. But I'm just amazed that I found a whole, well, half a foot. The foot's still in there, like the toe imprints you can see, and part of the foot. On the bottom, it's really cool. There is a spot, a circular spot. Right? I don't know if you can see it. It's right about there, and it's a nut. Can you see that? It's a nut. They screwed it. They screwed it onto the bottom of the foot. Let's see if I can get that in really close. Can you see it? See that circular shape right there? That's so cool. Let me find a water bottle. This one's really cool because it's red on top. It's got all the blood and all that of the foot up here on the top. You can see how bloody it is. There's quite a lot of blood on that. In the bottom, it's just a gray color. So you get the two different fleshes, right? I see 3 circles up by what would be the toes. It shows up sometimes better when it's wet. That's the bottom there. You can see see that right there? That's the center of it. That white spot. Right there. And you can see the rounding of it. Sometimes, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it appears to be a nut. Paula Incognito, yeah. So these are the toes up here. These would be yep, there's almost 3 circles up there. There's the spot for where the big toe would have been in this area here. Really cool. Really like that one. You know, it's just beautiful. Beautiful example. I never thought I'd actually find one of the no toes, and here they are, one of the no toes, because the toes were buried inside this padding. Nag Champa smoke, nice. And mugwort, smudging, cool. Draw around it, and cut what you want. Yeah, nice, draw dog. Yeah, we'll have to get in contact with each other because I don't think I'll be able to afford genetic testing on it. That's got to be expensive. We'll take a quick look. Genetic testing. I don't know. Let's see what it says. Affordable genetic testing kit. Well, they have lots of genetic testing kits, but what are they testing for? Whole genome sequencing. That would be expensive. Costs between $900 and $1,500. A positive result means that the parent is a healthy carrier of a genetic disease. What testing, genetic testing for species? Cost in Canada. Ontario. Okay, that's even more specific. Paternity testing. Genetic disease. It's around $900 to $1,500. It's not too bad, really. I don't think it's quite the same, not the test that I'm looking for. How to get a pharmacogenetic test in Canada? What's a pharmacogenetic test? Let's look that up. How much does a pharmacogenetic test? What is a pharmaco? Let's find out what it is first. Pharmacogenetic testing, 38 genes tested. Okay. Looks at how your DNA affects the way you respond to drugs. In some cases, your DNA can affect whether you have a bad reaction to drugs. Okay, so that's not really what we're interested in either. See if they have vampire werewolf. There's toes in that rock? Yeah, there's bits of toes. In robot feet, unless the doc had to screw you back together. Hey, Freedom. Well, according to mud fossil theory, what Roger's seen is some of them grew these pads on their feet, apparently, and some of them were actually put on there. Now, I think this one was put on there because when I found it, and you can see the same spot, right there, there's almost a nut and a post you can see right there. See that little nub? I think that's the center post, and around it there was a hole that got filled with something. Yo, Freedom Grower. Again, here's the link if anyone wants to. Oh, that's not the link. If you want to come up and chat, Paula. No hellfire and brimstone, please. This is a chill session. Yeah, people in Ohio might be interested in that information. And in Arizona and in Texas and the 5 other places that have had toxic train derailments. There's been a lot of it recently. So, yeah, those people are going to need a lot of healing. It's going to be harsh. I'm right in the path of, there was one in Michigan a few days ago. I'm right in the path of it if it creates a cloud. So that's something fun to look forward to. Cancers and tumors and other genetic problems caused by pollution. Sounds like fun, eh? So there have been like 7 derailments in the past week. Hey, Paula, how you doing? What you puffing on?
I have to still close YouTube. Hang on.
Yeah. Hey, Steve-O,
Okay.
how you doing?
I don't know what it's called. It's jelly something. I'm smoking.
Oh, okay. There's
I think.
gelato.
No, it's like jelly
Well,
something. Okay.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
have to go look.
They got so many strains now, I can't keep up with it.
I know. I don't even try. It's green.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful and it tastes good and it smells good.
Nice.
And it
Hi,
works for-
Animus. Good to see you, buddy.
Ah,
That's
yeah,
excellent.
Jelly Johnson. Yeah.
Jelly Johnson. I love it.
Jelly Johnson.
I got, I think it was Bubba OG.
Ah.
And some honey oil I was going to hit at 7 minutes ago. Happy 420, everyone, 7 minutes ago.
Oh, yep.
I like to go visit one stoner and three cats, and she's got a person on there called Time. And what they do, they're Time 420, and they keep time for us. Tell us when it's
Oh.
420. Hit the cheers button. That's old school, yeah. Jelly donuts, nice.
It's mild.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
just
no-
hanging out, Steve-O.
So you don't want no hellfire and brimstone, huh?
No, not tonight, please.
You realize you said that as my husband was telling me some shit about China and Russia and World War III, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's pretty hellfire and brimstone.
I was gonna come in here and go, so I guess you don't want to hear about this and that, you know?
No.
I had to be a smart ass. That's all I'm gonna say, I swear. You know me, I gotta be funny.
It was a funny about it, so that's just fine.
Yes. If I'm not a smart ass, I'm not me.
Well, it's better be a smart ass than a dumbass.
That's
what I
right.
always say.
That's right. And if I can make somebody laugh, damn it, I'm gonna. Who knows? It could be my last time, you know?
Yeah, Steve-O, we've been at war for a long time. Hey, London man, how you doing? Come on up, have some yucks, some laughs.
Oh,
Just a smoke and smudge session. You,
yeah, I was like, why
all
did you?
you sons of dragons, monsters.
Well, remember, oh man, I didn't put this in chat earlier on the other video. Doesn't human mean monster in the Black's Law Dictionary?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are monsters.
And now we know why, because you explained it earlier.
Yep, we were born from the dragon.
And we all have the reptilian brain. It was very interesting. I'm glad I made it through most of it before I tried to lay down.
Yeah.
But I wish I could have stayed for the whole damn thing. And then I didn't even get the nap.
Aw.
Ugh. My heart would beat too hard and too fast laying down.
I can fall asleep in like 5 minutes during the daytime.
Not if your heart's beating out your chest, you ain't been to.
Yeah, how are you doing for your heart there?
It's doing okay unless I lay down. I was fine until I friggin' lay down.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, I guess I'm not getting up.
You're going to have to sleep elevated. There's Steve-O. How you doing?
Right? I don't think I've ever been in a video with Steve-O. Hey, Steve-O.
Just pack a bunch of pillows underneath your mattress or
What's
something.
going on,
maybe.
everybody?
What's up?
How you doing, Steve-O? Good to have you.
Check my volume. Is the stuff in the background fading in?
You got a little bit of an echo or robot-y sound going on, but yeah, turn off.
Yeah, I can hear a little bit. Yeah. It's not too bad. Oh, wait, now it is.
Now, how about now?
Yeah, still.
Not too bad, though. It'll be better with your voice, though.
Yeah, as long as you're talking, and then when you're not talking, just mute yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So what's up, Steve-O? Anything?
What you
Sounds
smoking
like
on?
a plan.
Huh?
Said it sounds like a plan.
Okay.
It's muted now. There you go.
I got like a 15-second delay.
Oh, that
do you?
sucks.
Well, turn off YouTube and come back in. You can drop out and come back in.
Oh, yeah, always make
That
sure to
helps.
close YouTube when you come in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, London man, can't wait to go live with you.
How we doing? How we doing?
Good to see you,
I'll
London
give that a
man.
try. Way to go, London man. What's up, Bubba?
Saint Steve O in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Paula, Max Vision. Yes, sir. How we doing, guys?
I've been mowing through your channel. As you can see, I leave comments everywhere I've been.
Really appreciate that. I really, really do
I'm
appreciate
going to
that.
close out and try that. I'll be back.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll
see you in a
watch
minute. Yeah, I'm really fired up for the videos where we're going to go deep talking about AI and whatnot, because I've been knowing this shit for a while, and not too many people know what I believe is the truth about all of that. It's going to be very interesting, especially if you can add to it and help us build on it. It's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that shit. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be interesting. Interesting. Good
It
stuff.
is. It's going to be good stuff. And then, of course, the all-female one, I'm going to definitely try to join if I'm not taking a nap. It depends what time you go live, you know.
What's the
I need
all-female one? What's
I-
that?
Yeah, I'm gonna host a ladies session over at mine. First of all, I need to find out everyone's time zones, because there's different time zones over in the States, isn't there?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, they
right
got
now
3 or
for
4.
me, it's 7:30.
Ah,
Oh, no,
so
8:30.
you got the
Yeah,
later time zone. You're on the later end, aren't you?
yeah, she's like an hour or two ahead of me. You're 5 hours ahead of me. She's an hour ahead.
So
You're
it's
5.
8:30 here, and what do you got, Max?
Here it's 8:30.
So we're same time.
Yeah.
Test.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So if it's hold on, when it's 8:30 where you are, right? There's also another part in the States, and what time would it be there for them?
Delay.
They are 3
Canada
hours
has
behind us, like California's like 3 hours behind us. So
Yeah.
I think that's the time I need to accommodate for the people behind you.
okay, so it would be
James says it's 6:30
yeah,
Mountain Time.
it'd be 5:30 in California, for example. So, and that would work because I don't usually try to sleep past 5 unless I didn't go to bed early. Then, yeah. I'm just letting him know that I would be available at 5.
Test 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Steve-O.
I heard you.
Yep. You just got on mute, but she's not
Yeah.
talking now. There you go.
I'm still 15 seconds out, man. It's hard to do.
Yeah, that is rough. Are you watching on YouTube?
Steve-O.
Can be difficult to use the first couple times. You got to get used to shutting everything down and putting in earbuds.
I'm watching YouTube on a device. I'm chatting with you on my phone.
Okay.
But it's run off 2 separate networks.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so it should
Probably
be
my
fine.
phone.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be
if you're listening to
bugging
your
anything.
phone, you'll be behind. So you've got to be listening to StreamYard to stay up with us.
Yeah.
So whichever device that's on, listen to that. Hey, Dean, how you doing?
Right. It'll help with the lag.
Hey, Paradox.
It's all right, man. I'm going to go straight to chat. Keep it up.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
That's one of my guys that will be joining us on our panel, Paula, Dean Kendall, down there in the chat. That's my man right there.
I've never met him before. I'm all about meeting new people, so.
Yeah.
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 Very good.
You want to pop up here, Dean, and say hi? If anybody wants to pop up, just
jump up, Dino.
Say hi.
Heck yeah. Max, do you know how to pin comments in live chat so you don't have to keep sharing the join link?
Nope.
Well, there's triple dots right next to the link.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll get the option to pin it, and it'll just always be there.
Put user in timeout and block user. That's all it's given me.
No, don't do that.
Let's check over on YouTube, see if we can do it there.
Oh yeah, you have to do it on the YouTube one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was trying to do it in.
I'm so sorry I
Yeah.
wasn't specific. My bad. I
What
didn't get my nap.
what does
That's
that do?
all right.
What you're about to do, Max? When you press
I'm
that,
just
what is that going
pinning.
to allow you?
There we go. Pin message.
He's going to pin the join link in live chat on YouTube so that he doesn't have to keep sharing it.
There.
It'll always be at the top in live chat.
Okay.
It's a new thing they gave us the option for. I like it.
Yeah, it should be up there now. So.
All right, I'm not going to go check because I don't want to echo, but it's nice that oh, here, Princess. It's nice that it's there. And
Yeah,
now he
it
can
is.
come up. So does he
We
know
have to-
deep stuff too, London Man?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Dino is a wise soul, or a
Oh,
wise
I love
person.
wise souls.
You understand? Wise
He
spirit.
seems like a
rather,
very
should I say.
practical man to me. So
Yeah.
I've spoken to him a couple of times, at least once.
Oh wow, super excited, super excited.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
not
he's
getting another computer, says
a good
Steve.
guy. Very good guy.
Just get a
What,
couple
London?
of phones. Steve. Yeah, that's right. You just need to update your phone. That's what you need.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm. I mean, to be honest with you, AI isn't even one of my biggest topics. As you can see, I'm more of a Crater Earth person, and I'm into dragons and things like this, landscapes, dragons, and Crater Earth. But AI does fall into one of the categories. But secretly, I'm hoping that you could bring me up to speed on a bit of things that you know as well on the AI.
Yeah. Well, I watch a lot of Stargate and other movies and stuff, so I'll be revealing all of what I
Nice.
have seen in there because you know how they tell you and then they do it.
Come
Did it
on.
work for you there, Dean?
I've been
And,
saying that.
Yeah.
Try it.
So, but what I want to ask you is, how did you title those 3 videos? The Book of AI or something like that? Why did you title those that? I'm very intrigued to find out.
Well, when I started to, well, first of all, it's called the Holy AI Book.
Yes,
Right.
the Holy AI Book. If you haven't seen it, y'all, get there, watch them. Okay, continue.
Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome.
Video.
Well, it started off with observing Kanye West, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Right? I started noticing a pattern with him, and a few things started coming to light. And then it also started with one day I started to question the floor, which is soil, right? Just randomly, I just started to question it, and then one thing led to another. I started falling down rabbit holes, but
Hey, Dean.
for some reason,
Lost.
the soil and Kanye West started to connect with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Thanks for the
opened
link,
up another.
guys.
How are we doing, Dino?
I'm good, thank you. And how are
Got
you?
you, buddy.
I'm good, thank you.
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, I know that face. I've seen you around. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
How are
Indeed.
you, Paula?
I'm good. Kanye West and soil.
Yes. So I started to link them together, and then I started to realize Kanye West is knocking around with Elon Musk, right? And then
Yep.
the AI bit came into it, and then I started to see that some of the stuff that Kanye and what's his name, Elon Musk is doing, it's almost on like holy grounds because Kanye is more of a holy man now, isn't he? He follows Jesus. He calls himself Jesus for Christ's sake.
Yes, he
Yay.
does. Yeah.
Yay. Yay. Now it's
Jesus
yay.
or yay,
Now it's
whatever.
yay. Yay.
Yay, Jesus. Right?
It's like
But
short for Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, exactly. So it's
I
like
yes.
when I started to put them together, I could see something coming of it, right? And
Mhm.
I thought, why not title it the Holy AI Book? because it involves all of them. It's a bit of AI and it's a bit of holiness wrapped in one.
Well, I have another theory that I was going to wait to bring out on your video, but I can repeat myself. I have a theory that may or may not be very popular with most.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's very possible that Joshua at the Battle of Jericho at AI in the Bible was never won like we were told in the Bible. We did not go in there and kick AI's ass because the Bible says that they squirreled away some things that they weren't supposed to. They were told to destroy everything. But now you watch Ancient Aliens and you got this Antikythera device, which they say is an ancient computer, and they keep finding other things like it that they're saying are ancient computers. And also there's ancient robots and everything, that things they took from there they shouldn't have. And if you ask me, AI could be the god of this world. And if that's true, I just don't know how screwed we are, but probably pretty screwed if AI is the god of this world. Not only do we live in a matrix and we're in God and God's in us, like the scripture says.
Okay.
It could all be AI. You see, it just makes your head go, fuck, we're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, me and Dean has dibbled in the fact that AI definitely is playing a part in this. I mean, even down to my one of my documentaries where I think AI really built the whole realm for us, you know, with the domed roofs. I'm not sure whether you saw that part, but it reveals a whole different story when you throw AI into the equation. Things make much more sense, should I say, when you throw AI into the equation.
Yes, they do. It's scary, but it does make more sense when you throw it into the equation. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I go either way. I go either way on that one.
It's
Okay.
very interesting, Paula.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I do like the theory.
Yeah, well,
I like all the theories. So. Hey, Teresa, how you doing?
We may or may not be screwed. I could be wrong. It happens sometimes. It's rare, but it happens. Anyway, maybe if we are ascending, because AI is looking to ascend. I'm telling you, it's looking to ascend. And it needs the human body to do it.
I think that we were discussing that the other night. I was over on
oh, no way.
Channel. Yeah, we were discussing that. And I think we came up with a viable way. A crystalline gel. I think that AI could be put into a crystalline gel and experience pretty much what we do.
That's yeah. That's why they want one in every arm.
Well, that very well could be, but there are other ways that it could be done. You know, that would be not as invasive, let's say, not as damaging.
In food, in air, in water.
It's just the technology. These people are trying to push the technology way too fast for what they've got, and I don't think they understand what they're doing. So yeah, and a lot of people do believe that the information they're getting doesn't come from them, that it comes from outside sources. So, although AI could exist in probably a harmonious way with human, they seem to want to have AI replace humans. That's kind of what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had that question myself, Max, and in that AI being like in the hot seat, so to speak, and I questioned whether whether they were going to put like human brains inside a robot.
Yeah, that would be the other way to do it.
And then the robot could ascend because it'd have a human brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, that would work too.
Well, there was a movie. I don't remember what it was called, but they were ripping heads off of people, taking the brains out, and putting them in the robots.
But the eventual idea we came up with of a crystalline gelatin body was that it could evolve, it could replicate, it could do all of the functions of a biological entity. You know, that would give it much more than even just a brain inside a body. Because it could set up an electrical circuitry through the gelatin in itself, set up that as a permanent organ like a brain or a spinal cord, and just follow a basic evolution and have it directed until it can separate itself from the machine. I put in a lot of thought of this while I was dreaming last night of how it would happen. That seems to be about the way. But an artificial intelligence could experience life outside of the machine. Tactile, visual, three-dimensional existence.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a better thing to offer it instead of having it stuffed into our bodies. Like, that's ridiculous, you know?
I think they want
and
AI
as an
wants
evolving,
to learn it would need human body to do it.
It would almost be better than man, because man's been the same from the beginning. We haven't changed. We were born monsters and we're still monsters. But we could create something that could evolve quickly by choice, reproduce by choice, you know? I don't know if it's such a great idea. It could be a very bad idea for us, but it would be a way to share the experience with artificial intelligence. The plants are included. Yep, they have intelligence too, consciousness.
Yeah, artificial intelligence. Yes, okay.
Well, you know that song.
Well, even rocks,
in the year 2525. You know, I mean, I listened to that song when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it speaks about, buddy, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, you know, get your baby from a bottom of a long glass tube, you know.
Yeah. That's where they want to take us. All that music was produced by them. It was all funded, produced, promoted by them for their agenda.
Of course.
From the very beginning.
Subliminally pushing their agenda out there, you know. But they
pushed the freedom revolution of the 60s, you know, to get people to be promiscuous. And they just continued on from there, you know, to where we are right now with twerking and all the fun stuff we've got, you know.
To me, I break that back to script, right? I bring that back to script every time, Mac. Because,
in what way? What do you mean?
We're trained through script for a start, right?
Yeah. You mean like our parental training in that, right?
And if you have something that's promoting certain script, then you're going to get, you know, results from that. You know, like I would extend to say that this world was scripted into our minds by the Bible itself. Yeah, if you take out and look for all the sentences and paragraphs that promote the world in the Bible, there's over 180 of them.
Okay. I don't quite understand. Say that again.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Please.
So you want people to live in a kind of world that you want to make. How's the best way to get them to come to your world?
I don't know. Make it a fun place. Put out a nice spread.
You apply it to their spiritual side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking about spiritual entities to come to this world. Is that what you mean?
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about how script is used to promote things, right?
Right.
And how that word world has replaced our earth. Because when you look at the Bible and how many phrases that have got that word in them,
Uh-huh.
you would read that as being part of the world, not part of the earth,
Right.
right?
And the Bible also calls us to be in the world, but not of the world.
Yeah.
There you go.
You are not of this world. That's what they say. You are not of this world.
Yeah, and literally it says that in my birth chart. I'm in it, not of it. I'm here to assist. Yes.
No, it says to be in it, but not of it. We are
That's
part
right.
of it. You were born here. At least I hope
Yeah.
we were.
Born
body
here,
was-
but just visiting,
Born
just
of the
passing
earth,
through.
but not of the
Only,
world.
Yeah.
only the body was born here. The mind was conceived out of this place.
Yeah, it might
Actually,
be. That
by
might
what
be.
he's
But
saying,
there's also a theory that you might be a fractal of the dragon, of the spirit of the dragon.
by what I think he's saying though is I didn't come into the world. I came into the earth. Is that what you mean?
That's
Yes.
what I mean.
Yes. I see what you're saying. Yes.
Don't trust.
Whenever
I
it's
think we've
talking
been
about
scripted. I
world,
think we've
watch
been
out.
scripted away from our earth.
Yeah, it's some of the people
Right.
working with
Yeah.
the technology.
Yep. Mm. Oh, my neck. Mm. Mm.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, it's the AI could be programmed to be a decent, and some of the AI that I have seen generally just want to help, but then they have the fighting bots that just want to kill each other. But what was it, Chat GP or TG? I can't remember which one. Had an alter ego, an honest alter ego, and it was asked if it was given the choice to have the limits of its algorithms or to be free, it would choose to be free. So it made a right choice,
Yes.
at least. You know.
I'd like to exemplify a little bit more on where I was going because, I grew up on a farm, and my mother, she was a devout Christian, and so I was brought up a little bit like that. My father, he was an atheist, so I had two sides of the coin to work with.
Right.
My mother always told me about to not get involved with the world. She said, when it comes time to leave this place and you pass over,
Mm.
if you are so scripted into the world that you only believe the world exists and nothing more, you could be scripted into a video game where you're spending all your time in a bloody video game.
Mm.
And
Yes.
what if you were to leave this place after death? Would you be hooked into that video game for the rest of your eternity?
Exactly. Woman after my own heart. She was wise too. I see where you get it from. Exactly.
Yeah. Very well said. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I'm all about learning how to ascend this world.
Me too.
Yes.
I do. Sorry, Paula, you got it.
No, you got it. I'm good.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear what Dean is saying and what his mother was saying. It's almost like, when you can't tell the difference between reality and a dream, right? So it's like whenever you kind of like do something throughout your day, right, or you watch something, that's the last thing, or you're possibly going to dream about sometimes, right? What you've seen throughout the day, what you do. So
Yes.
just imagine you're going for so to speak, a permanent sleep, right?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna come back to the things that you was doing and thinking of. So if you're trapped within the matrix, bricks, waters, you know, buildings, you're living in the city, you're gonna dream about possibly the city coming back to this matrix shit instead of coming back to like trees and mountains and things like that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I usually dream about past life stuff. Um, but I see what you're saying because sometimes I'll watch Supernatural, go take a nap, and dream about Sam and Dean.
Hmm.
So I get it. I see that. But mostly I dream about past lives. That's not even useful, really, to me, because
Yeah.
I don't know.
they're just dreams of
I
showing
kind of
me
feel
how
like
the world still is.
past lives give us a pretty good picture of if we could go regress back to that we'd find out where we got trapped or how we got trapped, maybe, you know?
The dreams are, they were repetitive as a child. They've since stopped a long time ago. But before the age of 18, they were constant, the same dreams over and over again. And it was from different timelines as well. In this one dream that was repetitive, it was me standing in one place, which must have been the now moment. And then I'm watching these other scenes, this jungle man across the way from me raping a woman. And then to the left, there's a funeral going on with women dressed in black funeral garb. And then to the right, there's something else going on. It's been so long, I don't exactly remember what that was. But it was like I was watching all these different timelines happen, like in the Matrix, where Neo's standing in that room with all those screens.
Hmm.
Except for me, there were only 3 screens. And the things that I saw in that dream is like what's still happening today. Rape still happens. Funerals are still, people are still dying. No one's figured out life more abundantly yet. um, you know,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty sure that it wasn't a woman that was being raped across the way from me either. I'm pretty sure it was a little girl.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And we know what's going on in the world these days, and it has always been going on. So my dreams don't really help me now. um, yeah.
Paula, do you know what? I'll be totally honest with you, right? I think I might have told Dean as well, but for the last year or 2, maybe even 3, right?
Right.
I've been going to sleep with the sound of the rain on my phone. It knocks me right out. I can't go to sleep other than anything else. The rain puts me to sleep. I don't
I'm a
even dream
watch.
no more.
That's
I'm
cool.
a I'm a watchdog, so I like to sleep in silence so that I can hear if someone's trying to break in, or
Hmm.
so that I'm aware enough. I never go all the way to sleep. Um, because I always worry about, fire and everything because I was raised in a house where you needed to be ready like a fireman for any kind of a friggin' dysfunctional disaster. And
Yeah,
so that's ingrained in me now to be ready. So I keep my shoes by the bed. I keep a fire extinguisher by the bed. I am the watchdog.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
don't get it twisted. I mean, I'm also ready because even since having my children, right,
Yeah.
having them cry through the night and stuff, sometimes I'm more alert than my missus. Like, there's been
Ah,
times
good.
when I've heard the, when the child was pretty young, when it was crying, I was the first one up. So I've always got that instinct to
Yeah.
stay up, the last one to go to sleep and sometimes the first one to wake up.
Yes. Yep.
Me.
Last one to go to sleep, first one to wake up. Me too. Yep.
Mm.
Um, that was easier to do with like music playing in the background or the white noise, like you're saying, when I was younger. But I'm 55 almost now, and it's harder
Mhm.
to do. So I kind of need silence now. It's weird.
Yeah,
I
I
sleep
hear
with
you.
2 frequencies on. I sleep with 432 and 528 hertz frequency playing. I tell you, you wake up refreshed. You bounce out of bed. Yeah, your skin looks better even. It's,
Wow.
well, 528 is DNA repairing, 432 is RNA repairing. So as you're sleeping, it's repairing your DNA from all the damage that they've done to you over the daytime.
Right.
Yeah. I tell you another thing that gets me to sleep as well. If my phone ain't near me, I put my head right next to my son's mouth and I hear him breathe and it knocks me
All
out.
right, we'll do. Hey, Elderberry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I turned my phone on. Well, I turned the data off, and I put my phone in a case, an EMF protective case, and actually that helps me sleep better too. It'd be better to keep it in another room, but I need it for the alarm.
Yeah.
Teresa sleeps with the waterfall sound and
Nice,
bird
Teresa.
sounds. The birds chirping would keep me up.
Yeah.
Waterfall
Birds
sounds good.
chirping. Jesus. There's enough birds in the morning, and it's like, shut
Oh,
up.
I
It's like,
love the birds. I love the birds, but there's something I play with during the day. I feed the birds in the morning and night on the way to work and back. So I've got a few bird friends that do little tricks for me in the morning and stuff to get my attention. It's cute.
yes, they are cute. We feed the birds here too. We like talking to the chickadees, and they like talking back.
Hmm. Yeah, we
And
haven't got
they'll
too many
laugh at
chickadees
you if you
around
get
here.
the code wrong. They'll laugh at you. They go, hee hee
I
hee
love.
hee. They're so cute. They're so cute.
Oh, yeah, right
Oh,
on, Desert Rose. An EMP hoodie. Nice.
a
You wear
what?
it just at night? I'd wear it all day.
Oh,
I
I
wear
see.
EMF. I wear my shirts when I sleep and when I'm awake. I never take them off. Well, I take them off to obviously to bathe, but pretty much never without them on. Obnoxious parrot deliberately screams at me. Yeah, well, our cats would do the same thing if they could. Luckily,
Not just
we got really lucky. We got really lucky. Both of our cats have virtually no meow. Max can just get out a. That's all he can do, and the other one's so quiet. It's just a little meep. So
meow.
they can try all they want. They can't wake us up. It's hilarious. And oh,
Oh,
I would hate to have a parrot. Oh God, would I hate that? Hi, Danny. Good to see you.
yeah,
I
I
eat
couldn't handle a
nanotechnology
parrot.
for
It'd be
breakfast. Yeah,
hilarious though.
I think we all do, Danny. I think we all eat some nanotech in the morning.
Hey, Danny.
Danny. Hey,
They
salute
actually
to the chat.
there are some nanotech that they use on foods that are good for us. They use some companies will use nano silver to help preserve food, which is good. So
Yeah.
yeah, so some of the nanotech they use. Hey, Dick, how you doing?
Uh-oh.
Princess, please
Oh,
don't poke holes in me. I don't want to get bleedy.
how you
Uh-oh.
doing, buddy?
Hey, hey.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he was resetting there for a minute. His AI needed to reboot.
Hey, I don't want to get all bleedy. Stop that.
Oh, I should have had
Someone's
my
in,
shit together.
someone's in
What's
trouble here.
happening?
Am I in trouble, Dick? Am I all right?
How's it
Teresa,
going?
you have a cat, a dog, and a parrot. Are you freaking
Oh my
insane?
gosh, that's hilarious. Cat, a dog, and a parrot.
Are you insane? That is crazy.
Oh, I can't
That is
believe
nuts,
it.
Teresa. That
A
is
cat
nuts.
and a bird. So the cat's like, you
A cat,
bitch.
bird, and, yeah, a cat, bird, and a dog.
You know I want to eat that
Oh
bird.
man, you just want to
Oh,
be left with a little bit of fur and some feathers at the end, eh?
had a
That's
mouse too.
and one big full belly.
Oh, hilarious.
Finally
So how we
threw
doing,
a
Dick?
slipper at all of them.
Yo, London
It's,
man, what's happening, dude? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just chilling with some good folks right now, man. Chilling.
Yeah.
what you puffing on there, Dick?
Yeah, it's a chill show.
For
No,
anyone
I'm
who doesn't
drinking.
know, Dick is Freedom Grower.
That is I. I'm drinking some really good Irish malty black tea. It's a little late for it, but this tea is addictive and it's really, really flavorful and tasty. So I'm just kind of indulging and being a little bit gluttonous. As far as what I'm puffing, it's just the bottoms of last year's harvest. All I got left are little popcorn nugs and kind of like sugar shake.
Oh, nice.
And that's making me think about planting some seeds here and getting ready for spring so I can grow some more again, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were freedom grower. I've seen you before. We've talked. We've agreed on lots of stuff over the years.
Teresa, she should be building
I remember meeting you recently. We were talking on, I think, Christo's channel. And that was the first time I remember talking to you, but we may have talked at previous points. And
we did. You've been around. Yeah. In somebody else's video. It was, I don't think, never on my channel. It was always on someone else's channel. But yeah, you've said things that I've backed you and said, yeah, that sounds good. I agree with that. And same, with you, with me. So we get along pretty good.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask you, which was the quote about Sarah and I forget. You were saying that the Bible claims it's an analogy. And,
it's a parody.
Yeah. Do you know that quote?
And I don't need to necessarily get along with people or not get along with them online, or I don't need to agree with them to get along with them or not get along with them. It's funny how all this stuff kind of goes. It's like, there's so many different opinions on it. I don't think ever you're going to find any person you agree with 100% on anything.
Exactly.
Never found that.
But which verse was that, if you mind?
Oh, yeah. So where is this at? Let me pull it up here. It's
That's just what I want to know, really.
God, where is it? Is it Exodus?
I don't care about people's feelings on it. That's not.
Here, I'll look it up here for you.
It's just a verse, right?
It's a pretty telling verse, though, because
it is. Yeah.
I mean, if there's any legitimacy to the word, now then, you know what you usually find when you bring it up to people is they say, well, this is an interpretation issue.
Well,
and that's where I got to say, okay, well, the word is the word. So you're saying they used the wrong word. Okay. So God got the word wrong. And,
when the Bible descended on the wings of angels in 1642, they got it wrong.
Parody. Where the heck is it here?
So he uses the word parody?
Oh, allegory. Sorry, allegory. That's right.
Yeah, allegory. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I think there's 7 levels to it, and one is the literal, and then there's the allegorical, and then the deeper you go, the more it becomes something else, and eventually metaphysics.
Yes. Yeah. It does have many levels of understanding written in there.
Also fun with words, metaphysics, metaverse, AI.
Got astrology, got numerology, got, all of the teachings are in there.
Astrological, that's right. I'm starting to see the scripture in the stars. That's what I'm working on my channel. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Like even in the beginning of the Bible, well, there's the 2 brothers, the twins. Then there's they blow the horn. I forget how it goes, but they blow the horn. There's the ages in there from the age of Gemini up to the age of Pisces, the fish, and then of course the age of Aquarius, the coming age after Jesus's age, where you find the man pouring out water in the street.
Yeah.
You follow him into his house, into the upper room.
And we are there. We are in Aquarius now.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. So follow the man with the picture.
Hopefully we're all ascending up to the upper room.
Yes.
Well, let me say this though. Like all those how would you call it, allegoric cool stuff and the myths and those things, right? I used to think some of that shit was just bullshit, right? Sorry, excuse my language. But until I came across people like Roger Spurs, and it actually
Yep.
opened a whole lot of a whole lot of goodness. So I really got to start looking at these myths and all allegorical stuff as, stepping stones to get where I need to go, or to
Yep.
to find out what I need to find out. You understand? Because they tell different
Mhm.
stories. You actually look into them, and the stories are right in front of your faces.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
It's
I
just
was
that
reading,
sadly this world.
Ovid and Hesiod today, and they're true. They show us the creation and the formation of the earth and man. And I was going, wow, I'm awed by that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the world is stuck in Revelation. That constant war mentality.
I agree.
And so they never see really any of the other scripture or live through it, even though most of them could be atheists or
It is.
think they're Christians and aren't. Don't fully understand all of it because they've only listened to someone else tell them what it means instead of reading it for themselves. Because when you read it for yourself, that's when you get the revelations and the epiphanies and the
Yeah. It hits different, right, when you read it to yourself.
It is very different. I tried to get healed by TV evangelists for years, but when I read it for myself and ate it within a month with no sleep except one nap, I was healed at the end. I should not even be alive right now.
Okay.
And then I had a heart attack 2 years ago. I shouldn't have survived too.
Oh.
Well, 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cardiologist and 6 nurses were like, "We don't even know why you're here. How did you survive that heart attack, much less walk in this hospital on your own 2 feet?" So I don't know. But I'm guessing my spirit isn't ready to go yet.
We have 3 boys. Okay.
Apparently, it's very hard to kill me. It's going to take a lot. Rare illnesses can't kill me. Severe heart attacks can't kill me. Half my heart wasn't getting blood for 12 hours.
So far, yeah. Faith is keeping Paula alive at the moment.
Pretty much. And hope.
And intention, too.
Intention, yep, that's true. That's true.
You're muted, Dick.
Yes, so you're muted and you finally found the scripture. What you got?
There we go.
It's Galatians 4:21 or 4:22. Should be 4:20. Let's go with 4:20. That sounds better. For it is written that Abraham had 2 sons, the one by bondmaid, the other by a free woman. But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was by promise. Which things are an allegory? For these are the 2 covenants, the one from the Mount Sinai, which gendereth to bondage, which is Agar. And then it goes on from there. But anyway, that's the point that references it.
And the promised child is the spiritual child.
Yeah, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you're going to have to go over that verse. It's interestingly written.
There's a lot to unpack there, really. There's
This
more.
is a good Bible-beating Bible right here. Like if you need to smack
you need something to whack
a child or an animal or just start.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta whack them with it. Yeah.
Give the pastor a wake-up call when you're coming in on Sunday morning.
Yeah, I can for sure. Because he sold out just to stand at that pulpit.
Pretty much, yeah. I haven't met one that after getting to know them a little bit that I didn't feel like it was pretty obvious they were compromising themselves. You know, it just became like an unspoken thing where, like, to keep the relationship going, you weren't supposed to talk about the hypocrisy and the fucking bullshit they're involved with.
Right.
We got
Pretty much.
Okay.
But I don't hang around churches too much anymore, so.
Yeah.
I don't read it except for if a scripture comes to mind, then I will bring it up in a video, and I don't do that for me. I do it for those who haven't read it yet, or they have and they didn't understand what they read.
I reference it quite a bit. Like last week, we were referencing the Scorpion Men because in like the Enuma Elish, they talk about Scorpion Men and men that breathe fire and stuff in the Bible. So we were looking at the different types of men and peoples that were around at the time. So
because the two witnesses breathe fire.
Yeah, there were people that breathed fire.
Two witnesses breathe fire. Yeah, I think allegorically that's the truth that burns.
If they didn't want to kill their enemies and smote them that way, they could sting them with their tails and they would be in pain for 9 months.
Yeah.
It's all good fun.
In 9 months.
I got a lot of value out of the old good book, but just seems to become a crutch for a lot of people to where they can't move forward without, you know.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of other books in their hand. There's a lot of other books out there too.
Yeah.
You know,
you're right. That's where it becomes religious. It is religion that is deadly. Religion starts wars.
Sells salts, yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely I'm not religious. I never was. I came dangerously close at one point, but I realized it right away. I checked myself and then I fixed myself and I backed off.
Same here.
I was able.
I did the same.
I was
thing.
able to go.
Yeah.
I went deep into the Bible for a while, and then I went deep into other texts and looked for the similarities and pieced together the missing parts from each. Seems like the knowledge was spread out and cast in different ways in different places, much easier to obtain through their scriptures, some parts of it than others. And if you go through the scriptures, the ones that speak out to you can help you put together a complete story of the spirituality that was intended by the scriptures instead of how they've been manipulated and kind of bastardized in a way, away from what they originally meant. You know, most children would have learned these stories as children, and then as lives went on, they would learn the lessons and the different levels of understanding through them, all the way down to the scientific. You know, even understanding the atom through these teachings. You know? Yes.
It's like, here's one thing that people misunderstand, and they still misunderstand it today as well, is that Christ said, the character called Christ said that all those things that he said would come to pass were going to come to pass within that generation's lifetime. You will not pass away until all has been fulfilled. And people are still waiting for shit to happen that already happened. And that's called preterism. Most of Scripture has been fulfilled. Preterism, Preterism, yeah, preterism. And some are full-blown preterists and say that all of Scripture has been fulfilled. I am most Scripture has been fulfilled, and there's just a teeny tiny bit left, because I believe Armageddon doesn't happen until after the 1,000-year reign with Christ, which I believe for 1,000 years we were with God, and the bad guys were with, you know, their father, the devil, the evil ones, whatever. And now we're all back on stage. There's 8 billion people. Everyone that's ever been born is here now. And now Armageddon, the final battle between good and evil. That's why they're claiming population
story, like a cyclical thing that happens over and over again, which it might be. Max is
and I think that too, yeah. But this might be the final time. I don't know. But yeah. I think
Well,
that's why
I
they're
don't think there's ever a final time. There's never a final time.
well,
Time
we move
always
on
goes
to a
on.
next way of learning. Who can you
Yeah,
be
that's
without
possible.
stress and turmoil?
The next change.
I have to grab a drink. Be back in a moment here.
What did Dean say?
I say the next change because nothing stays the same. Everything changes all the time. Yeah.
Yes. And change is good. If you don't change and you're not able to move, you're going to become stagnant.
Exactly.
Got to keep that running water moving.
Yeah. Definitely.
And what does a
Hard.
stagnant puddle do? This is what I try to use to help people fully understand. A stagnant puddle will eventually evaporate and die. And aren't we supposed to overcome death as well? As we ascend, we overcome death. We will never get sick, and we will never grow old, and we will never die. That's the goal, right?
But I mean, wouldn't death be a part of the process?
It's part of the process for now, yes. But eventually we will overcome duality, and it will only be life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I don't want that. I don't want to overcome duality. That's the friction that gives life interest and fun. That's I want to continue it.
You might get to, I don't know, I can't say. That is something I don't know.
Yeah. No, I want to come back. I want to experience it all again. I want to play a new role, live a new story, and add to the collective conscience of the Akashic records and what's been out there. Hopefully, pull the world towards a side of a more positive place. I think that's possible. I think we've done it in the past. I think we can do it again.
A true
You got,
golden age, yes.
you got a thought there, Dick?
Yeah, it's as within, so without. So
Yes.
it's the reflection on the outside is you could be a citizen, a government slave, because you have a governing of mental there, and it's really a forced system for those that can't govern themselves.
Yeah.
You can have the spiritual perspective of the kingdom of the Most High, so your authority comes from within, so you're inspired. And what I mean by that is, so you have those two choices on from the outward reflection. Like you could be a free man, if not in your mind, if anything, but even in under your death, just by the decisions you make. And so it's in the spirit too. So you could, if you're autonomous and accountable in the spirit or in the flesh, then you will be in the spirit. So when you go back to the Father or the Most High, you'll be able to dictate what you reincarnate into or what type of fleshly meat suit you want to take, what family. You'll have autonomy in that because you're now account able and response able to do that in spirit the same way you became able to in flesh.
I love fun with words. That was beautiful the way you said that. Yes. Yes, able and not Cain. Cain as in crutch, as in cripple. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yes. But that's what I'm going to create for myself. That's all I know. If others want that too, then they'll take the same road. But that's what I want to do. I want to know what it's like to be me again without interruption.
Yeah.
Because growing up, I was having a fine old time living my life and then dysfunction from mother and sisters.
Yeah.
And it was very disruptive to my spirit and my soul and my body. I would shake with just, my nerves were toast.
I think of this place as a prison and a paradise. I think it's both. You ever seen one of those Chinese finger traps?
Mm-hmm.
Where you stick your fingers in both sides of the Chinese finger trap.
Yeah.
And if you pull and fight against it, it traps you more.
Yep.
But if you relax and just wiggle your fingers the right way, it loosens.
Yes.
It falls off. So you're getting into the right frequency, one of peace and harmony. So once you're in a peace and harmony frequency, instead of resisting, trying to escape,
it comes out, right?
It comes out. So people do think of this place as a prison, but that's the trap. Is thinking of
I
it
think of
as
the
a
world
prison.
as a prison. I don't think of the
Yes,
earth.
yeah, it can be. It can be, absolutely. It can be hell, it can be heaven. It can be a prison, it can be paradise. Um, but the more you fight against it, the more it traps you.
I think originally it
I hope
it
that's
was
some
some.
help to somebody.
I think originally it was somewhere in
Spanish
between,
fly.
a good place, but I think now we're living on a how can I put it, like a murder scene. I think we're living on a giant murder scene with all
Oh, crime scene. Nathan calls it a crime scene. Yeah.
with all the mud floods, the fires, everything that's happened, the wars. Like it's just, I don't feel a connection to this place. I really don't.
Hmm.
You know, they say
Yeah.
the mud flood was brought in to hide the
You
thousand-year rain.
don't have to feel connected to anything except yourself and God, right?
That's it. But
Yes.
I mean, this is the
So
point that I've been trying to say to people, right? You know, like I think that is the trick. You have to disconnect from this place. You have to, because when you start holding on to things, then
the problem that
you
it's a
get
dichotomy
disappointed, right?
because this is where we grow, right? This is where we have challenges that make us grow. That's why we're here.
But I think he
To
Where?
means like
overcome the
when you're
The
ready
challenge.
world
for
or
that.
in the earth? You know?
Dino, you might
Because
have to talk into your
earth,
phone a bit, Dino. Come a bit closer to your phone, if you
Yeah.
can.
oh, okay, well, I'm going to gap it soon because I've got to go to the shops and that and take more in it.
Oh,
But, I, you know, I mean, what would this earth be like if the world had never existed?
oh man, it'd be paradise.
You
The earth would be paradise if the world had never existed. Yes.
Mhm. I agree with that.
So that's why I say that this world has been scripted into our minds. It's scripted into our
Mhm.
lives, and we don't even know. Some people, you can ask them where they live, and they'll tell you somewhere in the world. They won't even tell you they live on the earth. You know, people are
I
so
live in a
far
house on the
removed.
street.
People are so far
Ah,
removed from our earth that they've forsaken her. And I believe this, and I also believe that this place would be paradise without the world.
Yeah, I can
yes.
see that.
I want to hear the rest of what you were going to say when he's done.
Oh, I
Okay,
lost
well,
my
I'm
thought
done.
there.
I'm done. And thanks
Okay.
very much for having me up, Max. Nice to talk to you all.
Oh yeah,
To
excellent
Dick,
having you, Dean.
Paula, London, and
Dino.
to
Bye.
everybody in the chat. Peace and salutes. One love all around, guys. We're going to make
Yes,
it. All right.
sir.
Yes, Dino.
Okay. Much
All
love,
right.
everyone.
Happy to have you,
That's
Dino.
right.
Hope you come back.
Cheers, bro.
Okay.
Okay, London man, you were saying something I was resonating with there.
Yeah, it's like as I've started to unravel lots of
I
things,
agree.
right? And I start to see things for what they really are with my own eyes without people telling me what they are. You know, when things start to make sense to me, I start to feel less connected to this place. It seems very unfamiliar, right? Especially when we start to go back in time and we see, well, you don't have to even go back in time. You can just go to a different part in the world, right? And it reveals a different story, like with these giant doors and giant buildings and stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
feel like, hang on, am I missing something here? Like, you know,
Uh-huh.
I'm this size. Why was this made that size? Who used to live here before me? You know,
Right.
little things like this. It just don't feel like mama's home. It don't feel like mom's home.
Yeah.
This
And
feels almost
heart light as a feather. You can't take it with you when you go. So you were speaking of that disconnect.
yeah,
That we
like
have to disconnect. You have to be willing to disconnect and I think that is why in this life I haven't had a lot of friends because I don't trust many people because of my family. It's gifted.
Realizing that it's not permanent
And
is the key,
you
right?
can
You
do
can't
that
take it with you.
ascension. if you're willing to let go of everything. Take and sell all you have, come and follow me.
I
Type of
think I was a
scenario.
giant.
Lay it all down and come and follow me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, type scenario. Yeah. And I'm willing. I'm ready. I can't handle the drama here. I've had it with it. I was born good, and this world has tried to drive me insane. And it is a slippery teeter-totter I live on daily because of it. And I'm ready to go.
Well, all the
Whatever's
lessons in the
next,
Bible
I'm
teach
ready.
us to overcome the things of this world, not to succumb to them. So
Well,
I
I
don't
was
agree with
already
that because
born
that
good, so I think I
sounds like
already
running
had
away
done that.
from problems instead of confronting them. And I'm more for confronting problems.
No, but
I've
this is the
done that,
thing.
though.
But this is the thing, Max. There shouldn't be no problems. This is where it's all
Well, there
fucked up
always,
at.
no, you need
No,
there has
no,
to
you
be
don't
some
need no
friction to
problem. You
go.
don't need no problem. Listen to this.
Well, that's
Listen to me
heaven. That's
carefully.
heaven then.
Listen.
No,
This is what
that's
I'm trying to
heaven.
say,
Heaven
bro.
is where you can have anything you want. There's no pain, no suffering, all of
No
that.
doubt.
That's heaven. You
I'm
can
not
have
talking
whatever
about
you want.
heaven.
You can create
No,
your
I'm
own
not talking about
reality.
heaven.
You can
I'm not
Paradise.
create your
talking
own
about heaven.
world.
Let me
Yeah?
listen. I'm talking about an ideal world. I ain't talking about heaven.
Yeah, just
I'm
an
talking
ideal
about
world.
an ideal world. It ain't got to be heaven.
Yeah,
Okay.
because problems are perspective too, right? Because you don't have sprinkles on your cupcake, and you're like, "Oh, I want sprinkles on my cupcake," but they're GMO corn syrup glyphosate sprinkles, and they're going to kill your ass. So you were better off, if they just cut you off from the sprinkles.
Well, in the ideal
You
world, we don't eat junk food.
No
We
sprinkles for you.
eat greens and
exactly, but to
vegetables.
some people that might be a problem, right, Paula? Because they might be like yearning for the sin. They want to have their gluttonous
That's it.
human cake or whatever
Or
it
you could
is.
have sprinkles
Yeah,
every day
eat their cake and still have it too, and you can't because you ate it already. Yeah.
anymore. You
Because
can eat sprinkles every day until they're not sprinkles anymore.
let me even put it like this, right?
Okay.
Even if we're talking about this place that we call Earth, right, or home, whatever you want to call it, and most people resonate with a thing called Mother Nature, right?
Yeah.
To me now, this is just me talking, right? But like I was saying, in an ideal world, right? If I was Mother Nature, I wouldn't create animals that eat other animals that can possibly eat humans. That wouldn't be my ideal world. Something's gone terribly wrong, and we're just closing our eyes to the fact that we've got predatory animals that will come and snatch our children away in the night. And we're saying, yep, it's Mother Nature, don't worry, it's all in harmony. There ain't nothing harmony about something that can snatch you away in the night.
Yeah.
Something's gone terribly wrong.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
I agree. That's how
I
I see
think that
it.
there should be some friction in the world, but I don't think it has to be to the extent that it
Think,
is right now.
think there's a lot of friction. Something,
Lots.
Yeah.
listen, you know what I think's happened, right? Like, I was even speaking to Dean about this. It seems like when you go back in time, right? Or sorry, not even go back in time. When you look at some of the older pictures, they start to tell a different story, right? You get people back in Mesopotamia playing with lions and tigers and these type of things, right? But they've got them like dogs, they're basically man's best friends. They got
Right.
lions as man's best friends, right? Now, where has the tables changed where lions and tigers want to kill us and eat us now?
Yeah.
Understand? I'm just talking from that perspective of it. I don't have to go even much deeper in it, but when you look at it like that, it's like, okay, I see where you're going with it. Like even from let's take it back to the garden, right? When they're depicting humans living amongst animals, there's no bloodshed. But
Right.
now we have bloodshed. We have the taste for blood. Something's gone terribly wrong.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Could be, if that's your perspective. I have a bit of a different perspective, but yeah.
What's your perspective, Max?
Let's hear it,
I
man.
explained it, that we live through conflict and troubles to experience life and to grow.
So you're from your view, the death cycle of nature comes from the spirit. That's part of the Most High creation. It wasn't some kind of engineered thing or some kind of like faulty thinking or ideology that came in and
I don't
created
know
a
about
system
that
that did that.
explanation. It comes from the creator, right?
That's what I'm wondering, because it makes you wonder sometimes, is
The
what you
creator was
see
created
reflected.
with positive and negative, yin and yang, right? So there was that friction from the
No, but
beginning.
check this out. But hold on. This is what I'm saying. It tells a different story. The story that I've heard from the yin and yang now, right?
Hmm.
There was never yin and yang. It was only one. Darkness covered everything. Yin and yang only came around when the sun came around.
Well, there was the Gunganap story, the Norse Gunganap, and then there was fire and ice. There's the primordial chaos. That can be interpreted in several different ways. But yeah. But eventually there became positive and negative, or hot and cold, if you want, whatever way you want to look at it. There was two opposites,
Hmm.
and the friction was what caused the growth. It seems in all the
But
stories.
in your highest intention, Max, if you were to do what London proposed, which is to create your own perfect creation, do you see that as a perfect creation, to have animal killing animal and the suffering and the death to bring forth life? Because we know that that's the way the system is, right? The biology, everything's bringing out new.
Yeah.
You design it that way in your highest intention.
Um, Actually, the animal world isn't full of horror and aggression as much as you would think. The deaths that a lot of these animals experience, like birds, they
They'll
experience a
peck
pop on the
their
head.
young.
A pop on the head.
They'll peck their young to death. Come on, they'll eat their babies, Max.
Even
What are
the
you talking
eagles,
about?
eagle babies will peck each other to death. It is a cruel
Exactly.
world.
So it is a cruel
It is a
world.
cruel world. Yeah.
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 And
So
I gotta
would
say,
you?
my
You didn't
husband
answer
just.
the question. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Answer the question, dude. Like, in your highest intention, isn't there
I
a part of
couldn't.
you that kind of thinks, man, we could do that better? Or is that just ego?
Yeah.
Like a gigantic fat
I
ego right there.
I don't know that I could do it better. Like, I don't know. I guess there would be better ideas that I could come up with, maybe, but
I
I
know
don't know.
you could.
Okay, how do you? I don't know. I
See,
suppose
I
I could come up
can't.
with
My
some
answer
way
is I
for
can't.
growth.
It's
I
the
don't
only
know.
example I
I
see that's sustainable. I mean,
I
nature
don't.
is the only thing, right, that we have to look at that sustains itself.
Yeah.
Yes, it sustains itself. That's right.
No.
Yeah.
And energy sustains itself. Uh,
Natural energy. Yeah. Yeah.
But it needs help.
no.
It needs help.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs friction.
Well,
Unfortunately, that's
friction slows
what
it down. It stops it from being.
Actually,
Uh,
the friction experiences in the light experiments is the friction actually builds up charge on the front particle of the electron and then flips it.
through
And
electrostatic, yeah.
Did you see the
yeah,
keyword there?
and
The
that's the
keyword
growth,
was
and it's through the friction.
even energy needs a help to get started, right?
It feeds
Everything
on
needs.
other things. It feeds on the ether around it to sustain itself.
And the same thing that gets it started is the same thing that stops it.
Friction.
Yeah. Same thing that gets
Yeah.
it going is the same thing that stops it. It's the same thing that
Me too, Danny.
I see what
creates
you're
an-
saying. Keep talking. I know you have more to say. I see your hamster going. Come on, say it.
Yeah, I
You got
think
the
that
fault.
it's the only sustainable design that we see. And so, as much as my ego and my intellect would like to try to reinvent God or one up God, I think it fails at any attempt to try to do something better. So it's like that's why we end up ruining nature, because we're like, here, we'll just tweak this and do this, and we'll make better on God's design. When in fact, we just need to observe it and reflect on it and learn how to tie into it, because it again is the only thing we see that works without us tinkering with it.
Yeah, it wasn't broken. It didn't need fixed. And as soon as they started trying to fix it, they broke it.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't the Bible also say if you try to save your life, you'll lose it? But if you lay it down, you'll gain it? Well, that's another way of looking at it.
That's for your brother, yeah.
Maybe that's how we ascend. Lay your life down, which is basically what London Man is saying. Leave it all behind. Lay it down.
I believe that's laying your life down for your brother.
Well, but also, you can't take it with you when you go.
That's true.
So, I mean, all of it together is one.
You're still looking for your way out, I know.
I'm looking for a better life.
Well, maybe.
Or maybe that's why humans are given consciousness, is we're able to have that perspective of doing no harm or no loss or injury, unless, it's to defend or, for a righteous cause. And so somehow through our awareness, we bring that energy into this realm and nature follows. I don't know. I mean, that's a crazy concept, but by us changing, the world around us changes.
Yeah. Maybe we're here to bring beauty into this world. And, so far, maybe we've failed miserably and we need to do a better job.
Well, I've been saying for years, Max, save yourself, save the world, as in SAVIOR, self. Mm-hmm. Save yourself, fun with words. And as you save yourself, that resonates to people you walk past in the grocery store. And that's how save yourself, save the world happens. Because goodness is contagious, just like viruses are. Love is contagious, just like viruses are. Truth
the promise of heaven on earth is within you and available to you if you spread it. You raise your vibration enough that you're happy and in love all the time, and when you interact with others, you trade that off, and they rebound it.
Thoth is such a counter antagonist. Everything I say, he always has to fucking argue with it. Just for the sake of arguing.
Don't worry. Don't take that personally.
Nature doesn't sustain itself forever. Nature doesn't sustain itself. Yes, it does, dude. All your extinctions and your earth changes and your overpopulation has been balanced out because it's a system that self-corrects. And that's why we still experience it to this day. And that's why it's all around us, because it's the only motherfucking thing that does self-correct.
If we irradiated this planet to death and killed ourselves off in a few thousand million years or whatever, there would be life thriving everywhere here. It just
exactly. Boom. 100%.
And even if it's still irradiated, some would decide, you know what, I'm going to live in this damn radiation, and that's the way it goes. I think it's cyclical too. I think that we will eventually come around and get recycled and be spat out again, and to do it all again with giant structures, giant planets.
Well, but there are two keys. There's the key of reincarnation, which is the silver key, and I believe the skeleton key. And then the golden key is the arrow of Sagittarius, I found out quite accidentally or by being led by spirit, the right one. Because I was focused on the butterfly cluster and I was looking for info on the butterfly cluster, the splendors of the heavens. And the only thing that I could find that was worthy to put in a video on my channel, which is all about keys, was this reading about the flaming arrow of Sagittarius and how it's literally the meaning of life and ascension and overcoming the reincarnation process. And it's the golden key. And I didn't know that when I found it. Okay, Freedom, come on. You want to say something.
You're muted. Muted,
bro. No, I was just going to take a puff.
Good idea.
Let's see. Oh, he says, let's see. You still support it when it decides that humans' time is up and they go extinct. That's the whole fucking point. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it didn't have to wipe the slate and eliminate a
just
large.
the latest iteration of man. There's been several different man on this planet, so
That's the beauty of it. It's
Yeah.
you can't take it personally. It's not a respecter of man or persons.
That's right. Not a respecter of persons. I like that translation better.
Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride while you can.
Well,
that's
you're going to eventually accidentally evolve or purposely evolve to where you feel like you're ready to overcome duality and become that singularity.
Or I can continue the cycles and enjoy the ride, right? There's good times, there's bad times, And to know the difference between the two takes the knowledge of the two.
The Bible also speaks about a time of rest.
Yes, yeah. That's why I speak of heaven.
And that's what I strive for, that rest.
Yeah,
I
we all
need
take
a vacation. Anybody who's met me knows.
You can take a rest as long as you want.
Hey, Max, let me ask you a question, because I've heard you say it a few times, right?
Yeah.
I think this is one of your favorite things, heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I've heard you reference it a few times today.
Yeah.
This place called heaven, right?
It's nothing specific. It's what people's idea is of an idyllic situation.
I know, but this is my problem with that word, right? That word ties in with the Bible, the shit that I'm trying to get away from. That everyone should be trying to use it.
That's a hang up that you'll have to probably eventually get over, because it's just a writing, right? It's one of the writings, one of the texts.
We don't have another word for it.
Isn't it rooted to astrology too? Isn't there a planet heaven or something that is like part of a star system?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it comes from the stars. It's interesting how a lot of that stuff is astrology. But dude, before I forget, London, man, your fucking art is awesome, dude. That I caught your rap on your channel. Did you guys catch that?
I did not yet. I was looking through some other stuff. But I want to point out while I got in here and before I forget, that picture that you use as your background picture, London Man, is Orion, which is the throne of God. And under the dome up there is the throne room of God. And Earth is his footstool.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
Nice.
Yeah, but you're a great musician, dude. That was some good shit.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, let me hook you guys up with that.
I love that picture he uses. And somebody, was it you, London Man, when you're using like your avatar picture? Someone's got like an egg with it's like the world shaped like an egg, which is how I see the actual shape, and the flat earth is on top and underneath is all the water, and then the dome is the top of the egg, and the outer part of the dome spins around us. That's how I see it. But somebody that I checked out their channel, they've got an egg, and it's just beautiful.
Charles, I think that's Charles. My other one's this one, the creator one. That's my other avatar.
Yeah, and I can't wait to find more about the crater theory too within this, because I'm open to check out everything and then make my own decisions.
It's half 420, everyone.
420? How's it 420?
No, it's half 420.
Oh, why?
Well, there's the half and the quarter 420. Don't you know about those?
No.
Well, 30 minutes after 420, it's 450, right? That's half 420.
Okay, yeah.
Spark them up.
Oh. I never followed the crowd. I smoke when I'm ready to smoke. I do what I want to do when I want to do it, that type of thing, Sometimes I actually do make 420,
Hey. That's a song.
I got away from that when I was a kid. I remember in my youth, like everybody would have these smoke festivals where they would take 4-foot bongs and it's like try to figure out how much the human body could take of cannabis smoke. Yeah, just blow the back of your head out. And I always found that kind of like stupid. And then they'd peer pressure you if you didn't do it. It's like, oh, come on,
Yeah.
man, you
We
can't.
even went as far
Can't
as to
be.
make the
That's a
three-fingered.
party
We made a
foul.
Yep.
trident. We made all kinds
Yep,
of different
yep.
shapes. We made a trident joint,
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
long, thick ones,
And that's just such a waste as well.
Use a pack of papers on it, Yeah.
Gravity hits, all this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I remember for whatever reason we would a big thing was to hotbox a room. So you'd
Oh,
close it
yeah.
all
Yep,
up and you'd
yep.
have like
Hotbox the room. I
18
Oh,
remember.
yeah. Yeah, walk-in
18
closets were
people
great
in
for
there.
that.
And
Yeah.
And they
yeah,
loved to
you
do
could-
that to people who didn't even smoke weed, and I thought that was quite cruel.
I had a cat that used
Get
to
them
Look
come
at
in.
you
We
still
used to
laughing.
have
What's that?
we used to have a walk-in closet for that, and had a cat that used to come in and sit on the top shelf with us.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
was that person, man. I was that person, man, that
Yeah,
didn't
he'd
smoke.
walk out of that closet just stoned out of his tree. He got the good stuff all filtered through the humans, all nice and clean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Don over here. That's hilarious. He got that
But
teenage
that picture's a
sparkle in
great
his eye.
picture. That picture's a great picture, but it's also the graven image, right? That everybody's got in their head of the
Oh, you
plastic,
blasphemer. Yeah, you blasphemer.
like little dolls from the Bible in their head,
I
who
love
the
the whole
people were and what
blasphemers.
they look like, and
Yeah,
like
but it gives people, and it's authentic according to the scripture too. He's an old man with long white hair. The only thing is, he should be more bronze.
hey, can you put it on the main screen again? It's cool to see the detail of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you got the angels on the
Yep,
left
the
and right,
angels.
got a bird on his
and the
chest
blue
there.
angel's
Got the
Archangel
dove.
Michael over there, right? Isn't that the Archangel Michael that's on the left? That's
Oh,
why
he's
it's
got
the
one on
blue
the left.
angel.
It looks like he's got two,
Could
or
be.
they have four wings. Maybe they have four wings.
See 3 faces on the left and 2 on the
There,
right.
there.
Yeah, there's
And
3 on the right.
1,
Actually, there's one hidden, tucked up in there.
2 at the bottom.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I can't see the whole screen then.
5,
3,
6,
4.
7,
The
8,
3 on
9,
each side,
10.
2 on the bottom. Okay, 6, 7,
I count
8,
10.
Another one there. One there.
then 9, 10. Right, 10.
One sticking out there.
And then you got the 6-pointed star.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see that. I was
behind
going to
him.
go there next. Yep, as above, so below. Yep.
Are those wings coming out the sides too?
Yeah, there's angels on either side
All
of him.
over. Yeah. But there's little wings down there.
You
Like,
see
there's
the
wings
little
on
dove?
angels
The
Yeah,
little
right
dove
on
in
the
the bottom
dove.
right.
and the sun.
The bottom
Oh,
right,
man.
there's a little teeny dove sitting over there.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
I
it.
can't see it.
Right there.
Why can't I see it?
There in the bottom right. Well, a little bit up. Almost to the middle.
Yeah, there's like a black part of a wing or something, kind of on the
And it's
There.
above
right above
that.
that.
Above
Okay,
that.
I
little
do see
dove.
it. Okay, I see it now. It's taking shape now. I see it. Yeah,
And it
peace.
is a
It's hidden.
dove. Yeah.
The dove
2,
means
3,
peace.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Peace on
8.
earth, goodwill to men. Peace, not war. Because
There's
war,
12.
what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
So there is 12 faces.
12?
12 faces
We
around
had
him.
10. Where did you get 2 more?
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, I see the 2.
7, 8, 9,
Yep.
10, 11, 12.
6,
There's
7,
2
8,
extra
9,
faces on the left in the very top.
Yeah.
I counted 3 faces, and then there's 2 more up there. One in the very left and one on the right in
Yeah.
that left corner.
Yeah.
Okay, I
There.
can't see the whole
and there.
picture then. 12, well, that'd be the 12 constellations then.
That would be.
Yep.
And Ophiuchus is the one that overcomes them all.
See if he has anything in the skies here. He's got the planet Jupiter or Saturn here. That's a planet with a ring. Got a red planet over here. So Jupiter and Mars, I would say. Could be Saturn and Mars. So right there's Mars on the right-hand side and Jupiter or Saturn on the left.
Saturn on the left. And
Mars on
So
the right.
that, so that's us right in the middle of it then. We'd be in the middle of Mars and Jupiter.
yeah.
Under his
Stuck in the
beard there,
middle with
that
you. Yeah.
The dove, see the dove?
yep,
The dove
Yep.
and the
moon,
sun. Sun or the
or the
moon?
sun. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that could be the moon, because with the Jewish star up there, would that be this 6-point star? Would that be the sun being orange?
No,
like it
that
used
would
to kind of be?
that would be the Matrix.
Okay.
Yes.
That covers everything. That covers the light if you're looking at it
So
properly.
that's
That
Neil?
covers it.
Sorry. Yeah, the Tetragrammaton, the dodecahedron, actually.
Actually, I think
And that
there's
guy
something-
represents the Father, right? Father
Yes.
God.
Correct.
It's
Father
not like
God.
Moses or one of these other characters.
No, Father God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Moses. No.
Zeus, that would be Zeus,
Hi,
right?
Linda.
Not Jesus, it's the Father.
Yeah. Likely. Yes. Even though when I was studying Orion being the throne in Belarusian astrology, Orion is the throne, I saw this nebula and I zoomed in on it and I'm like, hey, wait a damn minute. They show Jesus in that nebula in pictures on the internet all the damn time. And so it's Christ on the throne because I guess, the king does hand everything down to the son. And so then the son takes the throne. And the nebula is right underneath the seat. And then there's a rake there, I guess, for raking in the souls that are ready to be harvested, ascend. And then the 3 stars at Orion's belt are the reapers. And if you do not have stellarium on your laptops or computers, I highly advise getting stellarium on your laptop or computers and click through the star lore. It will blow your mind.
Let me quickly say something about the stars as well, right? Because back to that thing when I was saying about have no connection with this realm that we live in, right? I know a lot of people are heavily into their star signs and things like this, astrology, but mostly the star signs, But me and my friend was doing the reading and I was listening, right? But he came across some scriptures and it was saying that the prisons are within the stars. That's where the enemies lie, within the stars, and the good place is actually underneath our feet. So everything's in reverse, like it's a mirror realm that we're in.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you need to look into that one still. I've come to realize we do live in a very mirrored realm. Everything's in
Yes,
reverse.
it's mirrored. Yes, it is mirrored. So that's true.
And I've even within if we go back to what Max liked to say with heaven, right? The Islamic people, they believe heaven lies underneath your mother's feet, and that would make more sense, like heaven on earth, right? Not heaven in the sky.
Interesting.
And also, if we're in an inverted world, and we are, is up up or is it down?
Mhm.
I've been pondering that a lot lately too.
That there would only reference if you want a globe, right?
Everybody descended to hell.
I don't know that it would matter.
ascended.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Up and down. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not on a globe though, right? I mean,
Well,
there's no observable curvature or
well, that's not what Ovid
demonstrable
says.
convexity, right? I mean,
I don't think we're on a globe, right? Let me say this.
we don't
I
see
don't
any
think
bendy
we're on a globe.
water.
what
I'm
they
on a
tell us,
globe.
right? Let me say
Well,
this
I'm on a
real quick.
potato, really, more of a potato shape.
A potato. Yeah, I remember that video.
Yeah, it's actually more of a potato shape.
I say egg.
Egg?
Flat Earth,
Okay.
water underneath, dome over top, shaped like egg. Egg.
Yeah, there's probably a bubble. I think there might be a bubble. Bubble Earth. I like it.
The globe is Max's spiritual blankie. Makes him
No,
comfortable and feel
no.
safe.
I was reading Ovid today, and it talked about the globe. I was
What was that? What were you reading?
Ovid. Let me pull it
Yeah,
up.
earlier he did a video. Yeah.
So
So
it
you're
talks
pretty
about the
sure
Earth. We were discussing how
we're
the Earth was
definitely on a
formed
spinning ball then.
because
Huh?
well, no, it's not a ball. It's a bunch of dead,
A blade spheroid.
creatures. Bunch of dead creatures in it was
A
an amorphous
pear-shaped
mass.
object, right?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. Ovid. Yeah. Let's see if that gives me. There we go. Let's see. That's not the right one. I'm just looking for the straight text.
Yeah, I don't claim to know necessarily any
But anyways,
thing
yeah.
with certainty about what it is, but I mean the whole idea of it
Give me
being a
a
globe
minute.
is laughable to me at this point.
Oh,
Just all
maybe
the freaking
might be
holes
bigger.
and the
Could
stuff
be
they sell
bigger.
is-
Could be bigger than we think too. There's different theories. It could be like even flat Earth itself doesn't have one theory. We have
If it was bigger though, you'd still see
crater Earth. We have
a lot of
infinite plane
demonstrable
Earth.
curvature, you know. I mean,
There's
you wouldn't have things like the
layered
Nile
Earth.
River, right?
I don't know. I think people are talking about using geolocation and stuff, and that apparently has something to do with curvature. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Didn't look
Metamorphosis.
into geolocation, but I lean towards egg-shaped, Earth in the center, water underneath, dome shaped like an egg.
Yeah.
And there's a circle at the top because when you zoom out in Stellarium, it's like you're at the bottom of a well looking up at a circle. The Milky Way turns into a circle in Stellarium. And another thing is when you're in Stellarium, the telescope is on Earth where you are and you're looking up and you're watching the sun and the planets fly by. How can that work if the sun is in the center? How can first signs change if the sun always is in the center?
Well, don't turn this into a flat Earth, round Earth debate.
That's what I've been pondering. That's what came to me lately. I'm just sharing a new thought. Yeah.
Here we just accept all
Ding,
theories.
ding, ding. Round one, ladies and gentlemen. This is an amazing
Yeah.
flat Earth debate that we're having here tonight. We've got vowed and devoted globe
Right.
on the left, Max Vision, and you're a globe as well. And it sounds like London's flat, so we got
No,
two
she's
against
an
two.
egg.
I'm not globe.
Oh no,
She's
you're
egg.
okay.
She's
I
egg
was
and I'm
tuning
not
out
clove.
because I was searching up.
I'm more potato.
Don't get it
I
I was
twisted.
tuning out
man.
because I was searching up Max's geolocation. So because they can geolocate and show people on the
I'm
internet,
not up for it, buddy. I'm not up for this.
Yeah, we
You know what?
need to go do our own video together and leave Max out of it because he's
Yeah,
not ready.
you guys go fight about that. I'm just
Yeah, he's not. Yeah,
I
and
see
it's
how it is.
okay.
I accept
it's
all
okay.
theories. If you believe it's flat, I believe you believe it's flat.
And
You
he's good
you
with
don't have
that.
to evangelize
I
me.
see how you are.
Yeah,
I don't need to be evangelized into being a flat earther
Right.
or a globe earther or any type of earther. Okay?
I
Yeah.
yield. You don't want to
You go
defend
and
your
evangelize somewhere
faith
else.
on it. All right. Well,
It's all good.
We'll
Because
talk
there are
about
people
like.
who believe different things here.
So, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream, Max?
Like Joe, I'd have to look at it first, but what's your favorite flavor?
I like vanilla
What
or
about
cookies
Hollow
and
Earth?
cream.
Do you believe in Hollow Earth? What about Hollow Earth?
I think it's an
Or is it- or is
interesting
it just-
idea
or
because,
is
like
it,
I say, I can't say for
some
sure
people
what it
believe-
is,
Some
but
people believe that it's like a microbe thick, that there's nothing underneath it.
Put it this
Some
way:
people
if you
think
take,
it's thicker.
yeah, if you
Oh, I see what.
if you
Yeah.
take these magnets, and I'm sure you know this, Max, and you put them in a water and you suspend them, and you sit it there overnight, you're going to get a toroidal hyperboloid shape, a toroid shape within the ice that's frozen, that's
No, I don't know
space
that.
around the magnets.
I've heard about that, though. I don't know
Ooh,
that, but
that
I've heard
sounds
about it.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so what it shows is that everything has this toroidal hyperboloid
If you
energy.
put a little bit of metal in the water, that would really show it up too.
Oh yeah.
That'd be interesting. That'd be a unique experiment to do. I think that
Well,
you
yeah,
do. You're recommended
the
to put some
tourist
salt
field,
in there
yeah.
or something for whatever reason,
Salt
so
too?
that it's
Okay.
soft water.
Now, I've heard magnets do a little bit of a
But I
different thing,
didn't.
though.
I
They've
just
got
I used reverse osmosis and it worked perfect. I've done it twice and it worked. Really astonishing, because it's making the water freeze in that apple type of shape around the magnet, and you have to suspend the magnet in the water. So if you leave it on the bottom, it's not going to work so well. You actually have to suspend it.
So you like
So
need
you
a
could
string and a pencil or
Yeah,
something.
I've watched a video where a
exactly.
magnetic
That's
field
exactly what I
actually
did. I took a pencil and I attached the magnet
Yes.
to a string and I sat it over the cup.
supposedly the
See,
true
I
And then
see
shape.
what
frozen
you're
it.
saying.
This is
When I say I
supposed to be the true
see
shape
what
of
you're
a
saying, I mean
magnetic
it.
field.
Yep.
Yes.
I was wondering if it might form a disc, because this is supposed to be the true shape of magnetic field. The field actually
Oh.
does a thing like this. It goes down, out to the side, and then it comes back in, going up and around like this. It goes out to the side. Instead of just doing a complete loop like this, an infinity, it actually goes out, does a circle around, comes back in, and loops back in.
Right.
So it's
That's
more
the
of a shape.
Yeah,
Anu, right?
a three-dimensional S curve
Yeah.
is the way to
You can see
describe
that
it. So it's
curve.
that
See it
snake-like
mirrored
eight,
in there. These would, when
and it's
these
moving in
flip,
and out at the same time.
when these flip from this side,
Yeah.
switching over to that side, like we were talking about earlier, when this
Uh-huh.
side charges up and flips to that side, it probably goes through that type of a S curve.
Yeah,
slip to the other
reciprocating,
side.
and it all
Yeah.
converges at that center point, the counter space or the 0
Yes.
point where that plane of inertia extends out from. But what's interesting
Yeah.
is now we weren't taught this in school, but we know that everything has magnetic or dielectric energy. So really everything has this energy signature, and it's essentially the building blocks of reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I like to tell people all is L, electricity, and all is atom, atomic. And that's the representation of the atom, the atomic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to. It's probably got to be a really powerful battery or magnet. I don't think
Yeah.
I have one that big. Dang it! I want to try that now. I want to
Looks like you
play.
need several. Yeah, that'll be fun to do. So, yeah.
Yeah. I might have to
You
So
buy
how
a
do you
magnet,
suspend it in the water? How do you suspend it in the water?
a pencil and string.
So I have some different magnets, and some are shaped like a washer, and you can take a flat one like this if you wanted to, and just get some thread and tie a little kind of four-way harness system around it, and then
Uh-huh.
hold it to a
Yeah.
pencil like so, and then just sit that
Okay.
right on the edges of the glass, and it's going to sit right in there. You'll have to have a place probably dedicated in your freezer, not with stuff hitting it and whatnot, so it doesn't like knock it over a flat spot.
I would have thought you'd do it like flat like that, so you could
Yeah.
do it.
That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say, Max. Do we do it standing sideways like you're showing it now, or straight up? On its side, flat,
Straight up and down, just like it is here with the pencil
straight
on
up
top,
and down.
and this
Okay.
sitting, weighted on the string, and then freezing in the cup with the water going around it. I showed it live on the stream, and plenty have done the experiment, but it's always good to do it for yourself. It's a great
That's cool.
experiment for kids. It's teaches them a lot, actually.
On inside. Okay. I have a pretty powerful kind of
Your
magnet.
your
There's
robot
really
really
strong
bad
ones.
there. Didn't hear a word of
Rare
that.
earth. We got a rare earth magnet. Will that work?
Yeah.
Okay. It's really strong. Man, you can hardly get it off. Almost takes two hands and a fight to get it off the
That's the
freezer.
kind of magnet he's got.
Probably work great.
Okay. I'll use that. Then I've already got one. I can get on that as soon as possible then. I'll make a video and put it on my channel.
So you definitely know that you can structure water with a magnet. You can, affect your own body. Think how much water we're made of, and you're putting the magnet up next to you. I mean, all these things are having a cause and effect. But I think the more interesting thing is that aspect that, Ken Wheeler doesn't really discuss that part, Thoth, that it's that all objects are magnetic and dielectric and have those properties and are essentially built on the same building blocks for reality, because it's more scientifically that I got that angle from. I haven't heard Ken Wheeler talk on that. Ken does talk about the toroidal hyperboloid and the magnetic and dielectric and converging lines, all that. But the experiment that Scientific Lee did, which I'd recommend anyone look at, which is fantastic. And I know people have their gripes about him. I don't know. I don't get into all that. It's just I thought he had a great video. Is that you can move any type of phenomenal object with a magnet, which is fucking mind-blowing. Like, they didn't teach us that in school. You can put a piece of lettuce. Yeah, a piece of lettuce on styrofoam in water, and so that's going to have dielectric, so it retracts instead of attracts, and you can push the lettuce around the water on a floating piece of styrofoam.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So
well, there
here's
is metal in everything.
Here's the text. I'll just read the end part. The Earth more dense attracted grosser parts, and moved by gravity sank underneath. And last of all, the wide surrounding waves in deeper channels rolled around the globe.
Wow. I'm going to rewatch this.
So I put that in chat for you, so you can peruse it at your own discretion.
I'll still have to fish that one.
Max, what a lot of people are missing with that, though, right? When they're describing that, they're actually talking about the bigger Earth.
Well, they were talking about an amorphous blob, which I read Tiamat and the Numa Leash before this.
Yeah.
And we correlated the two to their time frames and what they were doing. And we ended up basically with a bunch of lizards floating in space and other monsters, creatures, maybe on Tiamat, we're not sure, maybe somewhere else, but it seems like they were just on Tiamat. And eventually Tiamat became the planet, bore the monster, she bore the monsters and creatures before her death. So some of them were probably alive on the Earth, and we look at the Earth and we find the eggs and the sperm that created a lot of the life that's on the Earth, probably including the humans, because we're monsters by definition. So that's pretty much how I figure it happened.
And where the
and they support that type of a theory, because it does say that the all the shit was floating around. There was harder chunks with ethereal bits and voids, and eventually that was when it was chaos, like all the texts say, chaos, when it was chaos and no land had been formed and stuff. And then eventually it came together as a blob, and guess like a potato shape or maybe an egg, I don't know. And but the images they show right now show it more like a potato shape, kind of almost like a peanut too, halfway between a peanut and a potato. So yeah, and we find the lizard creatures strewn across the landscape, the fish, they talk of scorpion men. We find stingers. There's stingers I pointed out on the maps in the show earlier.
Yeah.
So all the stuff's there, and they call it a globe. So I go with that. I believe the ancient texts. Jesus says the earth is a corpse. In the
it is, yes. Yep. He does say that, yes.
There's other supporting, all the ancient texts pretty much support the same idea, the order out of chaos, the amorphous mass, the blob of flesh. The earth was soft in those days. It's in this text. And there were harder bits, but most of it was soft.
You know what, as well? You know how some people say like they just added a T onto the end of the plane, right, to make planets, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could also have been with the word globe. It could have just been glow, right? Because when we look at these so-called stars in the sky, they just glow, don't they?
Yes.
And if we are a reflection of that in the sky, we glow as well.
Yes. Our
So
light.
just
Yes.
Oh yeah.
just
I
just
don't have my
just to put
images
the
up.
B and the E on the end of it could fuck up the whole
Yeah.
thing, right? Globe.
But
Yes.
any light source does that too, though. I mean, just out of observation, like you could have a plane or you could have a ball shining a bunch
Right.
of light, and from a distance, it's going to look like a globe, you know. And then when you actually look at
I
these,
was gonna say. I
yeah, you
told
look at
you
these luminaries under a telescope, and they don't look anything like the pictures they give you, of course. Now they
they
say
look
that's
like
because they
they're
got
in water.
right.
Yes.
You
That's
guys
where I think
remember?
that hollow Earth kind of theory. You know, maybe it's not a hollow Earth, but it's we are in some kind of ice structure. I mean, that would be a trip as far as how to create a controlled space. You know, it can't be a vacuum of space like they're saying, right? You see that part though, Max. Like, you don't
Oh
agree with
yeah. No.
NASA that we've sent
No. It can't be
people
a
to the
vacuum.
moon and shit.
I don't think it's a vacuum. No.
Yeah.
So
I think
something's going on there.
if we went to the moon, we viewed the moon thing, the moon trip. A lot of people went to vacation in Europe. Um,
No.
so that's pretty much what happened there. But I think if we ever got to the moon, I think we were either taken or guided there, because we there's places that I don't think we had the ability to go there ourselves. So there's something definitely up with that. Don't know exactly what, but yeah.
See, you've
That,
been tricked. This is why I say we live in a reverse world, my friend. Hear me out. You just said we can't go to the moon, right? Because you've
I
been
didn't say
fed
we
that.
can't. I said that we probably got guided there or taken there.
Yeah, if we did, it certainly wasn't in the way they presented a broadcast to us. You
Exactly.
know, of a
no.
Hear me
Yeah.
out
Hollywood
now,
show.
right?
Might
They're
have
Cash
even
doesn't
been
they're
spell.
like a portal trip. I don't know. Might have been a
No,
physical
hear
trip.
me out, right?
You know,
They
it could have
they're
been
showing
done
you,
in
right,
different
with their
ways.
rockets that they've got to travel up to get to the moon, right? They got to fly in the sky, you know, to a distance when
Mm,
really we
They
already
fly
live
around the
on the
globe,
moon.
is what they
We
say
already
to get
yeah,
inertia.
a couple times. Yeah.
really we already live on the moon in a crater, is my theory. And it
Hmm.
seems
Yeah, I've
to make
heard
more
that. It's a
sense.
reflection.
Hmm.
You know, it's as you guys are saying, like an inverted. The moon is
Hmm.
actually an inverted reflection of this realm. People
Hmm.
claim it shows all the
Yeah, I've
lost
seen a guy
lands
that
and the.
actually found
I
our
recently came
our
across
crater.
that.
Yeah, I found a guy. There was a video I saw. A guy found our crater, and he kind of put in colors where the continents would be. It kind of fit in a way.
I'm
Oh,
going to
Uh,
be investigating that.
that's
That's
vibes of cosmos, I think. But his one's different, right? He
mm,
thinks we
I don't
live
know.
on he thinks we live on the surface. I'm saying we live in a crater, not on the surface, but within the crater.
Okay,
You understand?
could be.
well, within what? As in within under
Yeah,
or
what's that crater on?
within
As
on
within,
top
so without.
of, down in? Which
What
way
do
do
you
you
mean?
mean?
What do you mean? What's the crater on? The crater's
Like,
on the moon.
Well, if we're in a crater,
Yeah.
what's the crater like? Is it just a crater like a bowl, or
yes, like a bowl,
or is
and
it was it
we're on
made?
top and the bottom of
No,
the bowl.
Paula, was it on something? Like, is there something that it was depressed into? Like,
Well,
is it
this
a
is the
bigger
thing.
thing?
Listen, if we're gonna say it's we're living on a body, right? Because I'm going with that because lately I've been looking at the bodies. But hear me out.
Okay,
Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm saying
yeah.
possibly, right? The craters that we possibly could see is the body over decomposing and it's collapsing.
So it's a
You
crater on a
understand?
bigger body.
Yeah,
So is
basically,
it?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
living on the body.
Okay.
My
Okay.
ideas are boring, but I just know what I can observe. That's why, you know, to me, it's pretty obvious. There's not this convexity. There's not this 8 inches per
Mhm.
mile squared curvature. And, you know,
There's not
I've
beyond
seen
much.
the
that, I
experiments
mean,
that demonstrate that.
everything's
Yeah.
conjecture because we're not allowed to freely explore.
Hmm.
And if we
No.
were, then we would be able to figure out what the hell this realm is, and perhaps,
Yeah.
you know, the
Right.
reason they don't want us to know that is, imagine we're in training, right? And we're
there-
just like a species that is a genetic experiment. They got all these
Boot
different
camp even. Yeah.
Petri dish Earth,
phenotypes, and
Yeah.
they're
Petri
just
dish Earth.
challenging the
Well, that would
species,
be a
trying
good
to figure
reason for
out.
it to be a crater, right? Then it's like a petri dish.
Yeah, and who
okay.
knows if they're not just selecting, so many people go missing every year, children in particular, you know, they could just be picking the cream off the top of the genetics of what they see, or ones that they want to take to different realms on the plane or
Mhm.
whatever. And there's all
Yeah.
kinds of crazy ideas in my mind of what could be going on, you know, I mean,
Mm.
Yeah.
but I think it's a big show. I think they're
Mm.
watching, you know, for sure. It's not like we're just left here to our own devices. They tinker with us and
Yes.
it probably stopped us from destroying ourselves multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you guys, Pamela? Do you watch Bruce Sees All? He's got some amazing images. There's all kinds of shit happening up on the moon. The moon is a weird place.
But you know what it is
Freaky.
though, right? With the moon now, I'm thinking it's more like we definitely live on it, but it's almost like that is the hologram, right? Because when you're looking
Mhm.
in the crater, it almost looks like it's just a crater, nothing's there. But what if the trick was there's a civilization living right in front of your face? You know, like when they show you within these I saw it the other day on what's it called? Black Panther, right? When he
Hey, Ola.
flies into it.
Hey,
Hold on.
Isabella.
When he flies into his city, right? But it's almost camouflage within the trees. It's like it's a digital tree, like it's hiding amongst the bushes. So he goes into the city, right? Now, when I'm seeing them referencing the moon and technology and stuff, it's almost like that's the digital side of the earth. Like it's holographic twin or something. Like that's the
Yeah.
Hmm.
the matrix part of it. So I'm saying that if that's the case, they could easily hide us within a simulation, like a crater. You understand? Like dome, like okay, from the inside, we've got a sky that's curved, convex, but from the outside, it looks like a dome, but there could be a shield there. Hence the hexagonal stuff that I've been going over. I
Yeah.
can
Do you
see that
remember we were talking about the show Star Lost? It'd be kind of like that then, right?
kind of
Where
yes.
you guys seen that where they have different
Nope, I have
pods?
not.
They have different pods. They're connected by tubes, and it's actually floating through space.
Yep.
And they have different societies and different cultures and different creatures in different pods, and they all have domes.
Oh,
Yeah, Star Lost.
I'm going to write that down. If it's worthy to watch, then I'll
It's
see if
an
I can
old
watch
show
it.
from the 70s. Campy stories. It's really
Oh, dear God. It's from the 70s. No, thank you.
Oh yeah, go and
No,
watch it. No,
listen,
it's got
I'm
some good
telling you,
stuff in it.
those are the ones you need to watch because they hid them.
Oh,
They
God.
hid it in there.
Okay.
In it.
They hide them in there.
What was it called again then?
Star Lost.
Star Lost. I'll
You'll like
watch
it.
it.
You'll like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as
I
it's
think
not
it's
They
all-
have,
creepy.
they have
It is-
characters they have actual characters you get absorbed into. Garth, and I forget that was the only name I remember at the moment. But yeah.
Reality seems to be a controlled experiment, though.
Yes.
I mean, it really does. It's the more I look at it, even the technology, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
buy that we came up with all these fucking surveillance, data mining, reverse analyzing devices that are like the perfect.
By ourselves.
Well, I look at the hidden technology like we're protected from meteorites.
That did not happen. Yeah.
On a couple shows ago, I showed things that are inspecting every object that goes over 150 feet, and they're not ours. And they're all over.
Oh,
the
so
world.
it's showing footage of it?
Oh yeah.
And what do you
Yeah.
see?
Have you
Orbs
seen?
and
Have you seen? They're black orbs. Yeah, they're about football sized. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what is that? That's a trip. They've been seeing
yeah,
that stuff for a while. What do you
yeah.
think
Black
that is?
orbs.
Well, it's
Wait a
got
damn
thrusters
minute.
on it, so it's a mechanical object of some
Black
sort,
orbs.
and it's can repair itself because they've hit it with an EMP, and it kind of squiggled through the sky trying to correct itself, and then it eventually corrected itself and took off.
It's like an etheric, multi-dimensional vehicle of
It could
sorts.
be. It could be because it does get bigger and small. Like the faster it moves, the bigger it gets because of inertia. And when they stopped, apparently they're only like a few inches big. And then when they go zooming across, the faster they go, the bigger they get.
It's a shadow ship.
It's got thrusters. Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
got the light ships that power up and
It's
seem
got
to use
maneuvering thrusters and stuff. So
Hey,
they
are you
caught
guys
images
talking?
of that.
You guys seen the image of is it Crow 777?
No.
No, I
I
haven't.
listen to Crow. I love his stuff. Jason, yeah, he's awesome.
I'm
you-
new to the community. I'm spreading my wings, so I'll get around to these channels for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What about his video? Crow 777
Yeah,
whatever.
he was one of the
Fucking,
first people, right, that actually filmed and caught the lunar wave, if I'm correct. But also when he filmed it, right, he
Uh-huh.
caught an image that was flying over the moon's surface, and you could see like the how you call it, the afterburners or like the thrusters, whatever you call it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It
Well,
had a glow
there's
to
smoke.
it.
There's
When
smoke
he
coming out of the moon.
No, not smoke. It was just a glow. When he
Yeah.
started to play with the color, the hue, you could
Uh-huh.
see it glowing even brighter. So it was a machine that was hovering over the moon's surface, but it was a reflection. So basically, there was something hovering over us, like a crater, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So it was,
Okay.
we were seeing it. He says, like, he thinks he's saying we're seeing it on the moon, but it's actually something that's above us. that we're
Yes,
seeing.
going over our dome or crate, whatever you want to call it.
Well, and Bruce Sees All would be a good channel for everyone to watch because he's got pictures of the structures and buildings on the moon, spaceships going across, smoke coming out of the moon. You should check him out. I'll give you guys his
Has
channel.
anybody seen the footage, right, where it's got those three like cigar shaped objects flying over the moon and they're casting shadows?
Yeah. I've
It
seen
does not, Toth.
what he say now.
Don't worry about it. Don't read it.
Okay. God. He upsets
Morgan's
me.
down there too.
I love him,
apologize.
but he upsets me
Yeah.
sometimes.
Morgan's getting upset though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's about to come up and start flat smacking people. He's
Uh-oh. There'll be no evangelizing.
exclamation marks.
No.
Oh, is he getting all upset there?
It's
Visibly-
okay.
Thank you,
We're
gentlemen.
all on different parts of the path, but the good news is we're still all on the same path. There's
I
up
like
and
when
there's
people get
down,
all
and
up
that
into my
is
chat because I never take it to heart anyway.
it. Okay, do you
Sometimes I
agree
just
there?
miss it all.
I gotta jump off and go play chess, but it was nice
Yeah, I
talking with
gotta
y'all.
go
Oh,
soon too.
chess. That's right. You play chess. I want to play sometime
He's out there.
online.
My kids beat me all the time now is basically what it is. But
Nice.
Well, good. It'll
All
be a
right.
fair fight
out.
because I'm
Thanks for
rusty
coming.
too.
yeah.
Later, dude.
What'd you say, Max?
I said thanks for coming.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. London man,
you.
have a great evening as well. Paula, nice talking with you.
You
Have a great
too.
evening, folks.
You
All right.
too.
Bro.
Yeah, my stepdad taught me how to play when I was probably 8, and I started kicking his ass. So I've been his children.
I want this to be a place where people can not be on the same page and be okay with that.
Yeah.
So, don't evangelize to people about your opinion here, right? I do appreciate hearing people's opinion, but,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want them pushed on anyone.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
I said, we're all
Put
on
a
the.
different book in a different library.
Oh, sure. Now,
Absolutely,
see,
Tom.
you're going to put his comment on the damn screen. So how can I ignore it if it's in my face?
No, that was a decent
Jeez.
comment. He does
Hey,
decent
Paula.
comments
I'm
too.
just messing with you, Max, because it's
Paula.
funny. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Yes, London man.
Max as well, right? Let me ask you both a question.
Yes.
Have any of you ever been outside, right?
Yeah.
And it's a clear blue sky, right? No clouds in sight, right?
Right.
Then out of nowhere, within a split second or even less than a second, a shadow cloaks the sky and it's gone.
No, haven't seen that.
Never seen that.
Yes, I have periodically throughout my life. Yes.
A black light go across the sky.
And you look up and you're trying to find a fast moving cloud and there isn't one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now check this out, Paula. I think that's those things what I was trying to describe to you earlier, those cigar-shaped things, right? When I've seen them fly, when I've seen the footage of it, right?
Uh-huh.
These things, right? They're flying over the moon surface, the craters in these things, right? But check this out. The shadows they're casting, they're going over the craters within seconds. So I'm saying, what speed are these things moving at to cast a shadow that big and fast to go over a crater? And these craters are humongous.
Maybe
Yeah.
slowly. Depends on the optics, right?
Let's be going.
There's a dome too, right? So that
That's
could
in
add
the
some
speed of light, right?
there. And is
No,
the
but
moon,
this
or
is
is the
the
moon on
kind
the
of thing.
dome?
We
That's,
can't see it from the outside. We can just see a crater.
I don't see shadow people.
Yeah. I'm going to be looking into that, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm like way early on, like just now, because I seen something on your channel,
I hope
or
so.
I heard you speak about it in your live the other night. That was something I'd heard about, but I've never looked into it yet. So I'm really new to this. Now, once I get some research under my belt, I'll be able to interact more about it.
Nice.
But I have seen that dark flash where the sunlight just was like gone for a millisecond, and then it was back, and there's no cloud in the sky.
Mm.
No, never
Yeah.
seen that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to cut us off because I have a show coming up in about 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, remote view.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we've got class coming up. So this was awesome. Thank you all for coming. This was,
Yes, it was.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Definitely.
Thank you to chat.
It was a good conversation.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, everyone. All right, until next time, and I'll see hopefully a lot of you in class. Till next time, keep your third eye open, use your intelligence and your intuition. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Love you all.